tomorrow. So if you want to go back and reference anything that is covered during the presentation, you can certainly feel free to do so. As you've seen, the chat is open, so feel free to interact with each other in the chat. People are sharing where they're calling in from, your LinkedIn profiles. Like I said, it's a great opportunity to really build out your professional network. So great opportunity there. We will have a designated Q&A. So if you do have questions and you want to post those into the chat during that designated Q&A, feel free to do so. This is part of our larger Career Quest month that we have here at WGU in Career and Professional Development. So it's a fantastic opportunity to connect directly with the recruiters that are actively trying to connect with our WGU students and alumni. So certainly, taking advantage of this session, but also some of the other sessions that we are hosting throughout the month. You can find those right on our career page and register for those fantastic opportunities, not only with those recruiters, but also, some alumni coming in, sharing some professional insights depending on the industry. So great opportunities there. Attached to the recording that will be sent out is a questionnaire. We're constantly looking for feedback from our WGU students and alumni, so take the time, fill out that questionnaire for that feedback. It should take you no more than 2 minutes. It's 2 questions. I'm also going to share it later on in this session in the chat, so we are constantly looking for your feedback. So if you'd be willing to fill that out, we would certainly appreciate it. And from here, what I will do, Katie, I will pass it over to you and your team, and the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you so much, RJ. I'm going to share my screen, but a little bit about me. My name is Katie Howard, and I am coming to you from Kansas City, Missouri. Slideshow. Come on. Slideshow from the beginning. Goodness. I'm clicking on it. Well, let me stop sharing for a second, and then I'm going to do show again. Okay. Slideshow. I'm so sorry. This worked perfectly the other day. There we go.
Yeah, okay. Just for everybody's reference, we did a dry run. It worked flawlessly, and obviously that never happens when you get live into a session.
Right. So I'm coming to you from Kansas City. I've been with SS&C Technologies for about 11 years now, and I work primarily in the intern and entry-level space. My teammates will introduce themselves as we go along, but a little bit about SS&C. SS&C was founded in 1986, so we're coming up on 40 years next year. I can't believe it. Bill Stone is our fearless leader, and this is one of his quotes: "We succeed because this is who we are. Determined, responsible people. We respect our clients, suppliers, customers, and employees. We are accountable." Accountability is huge for us. So coming to you today will be Angela Lamar, Angela French, Renee Smith, Katie Howard. Amanda was having some internet issues. She may be able to join. One of the joys of working from home, right? So slide 3 is mine. Global operations. We have about 27,000 employees. It grows every year. So we started in 1986 with like 12. And here we are with 27,000, almost 28,000 employees. Our primary locations are here, North America, mostly in the United States, EMEA, which is Europe, India, and we have a presence in Asia, APAC as well. So you'll hear again from me a little bit later. I'm going to pass it along to Angela.
Hi, everyone. Angela Lamar. I'm based in Jacksonville, Florida, and I primarily manage a team that focuses on technical roles, marketing, some client support, client success related roles. So My team would support largely more of the technical roles. And I've been with the company a little bit over 13 years as well. And, like Katie mentioned, founded in 1986, over 27,000 employees globally, 106 cities across 40 countries. And as far as our general background, we have a wide variety of employee certifications, a lot of focus on continuous training and employee development. We have a stock option grant program that aligns SS&C's business objectives with client satisfaction. A few other highlights: we own and operate our data centers and private cloud. We're the largest financial services and healthcare firms, or the largest, I'm sorry, financial services and healthcare firms in the world rely on SS&C technology. And we are a trusted, proven provider for over 18,000 financial services firms, 3.4 plus trillion in assets under administration, and 56.7 million accounts maintained on SS&C's transfer agency platform. And why SS&C? I'll go through a few of these areas, but a lot of our core values and benefits are around accountability, respect, innovation, community focus. We have a wide-ranging perspectives across the organization. A big focus more on the benefit end for retirement solutions, professional development, uh, heavy focus on work-life balance. So that includes our personal time off, paid holidays. We have a flexible hybrid work model across a lot of our locations. Good focus on well-being and some of the programs around that, training, but also, going back to some of the core values, like Katie mentioned, we place a lot of emphasis on accountability and being responsible for delivering success for our customers, respect for everyone that we work with. We win as a team, commitment to innovation and as well as community. So we not only focus on our internal community, but a lot of focus on our external community as well. And the um, areas where we primarily operate, so SS&C Global, that space would focus on serving asset management and alternatives. Targeted solutions focus on targeted software solutions for the financial services industry. Our SS&C Intralinks space operates or supports deal making, capital markets, and global banking. Our institutional investment management space primarily serves the insurance space, asset managers, wealth managers, banks, and asset owners globally. Our SS&C Advent space, which is now WIT, serves asset management, alternatives, and wealth management. Generally, SS&C would support mutual funds, life and pensions, healthcare, wealth, and retirement plans. And then our SS&C S space serves alternatives, long-only asset management software solutions. And I will pass it over to Angela.
Everyone. So my name is Angela French. I am a senior talent advisor at SS&C, and I've been with the company for about 3.5 years. I am based in Western Massachusetts, and primarily I support the fund administration division of SS&C. So I'll talk a little bit about that on this slide. So in terms of the industries that we service, we have a lot of variety in terms of the industries we touch the most. So the private markets and hedge fund division is mostly the groups that I work with, and these are divisions that provide full cycle administration to some of the larger private equity and hedge fund clients within SS&C that have assets under management with us. In addition to that, we do lead the industry in other types of asset management. As Angela Lamar said, we do a good amount of work with mutual funds and other types of portfolio management. But in addition to that, we do work quite a bit in the banking industry, health insurance, retirement, and wealth management. So we do everything from complex accounting to asset and wealth management. And we also optimize our services as much as possible within these industries. On this slide, you can see some of our competitors based on functionality. So since different divisions of SS&C do different things, we do have some companies that kind of compete with each specific business unit. So as you can see on the tech side, some of the comparable competitors include FIS, Invesco, as well as the others listed here. For operations, some of the big names that you probably recognize on this slide here, Citi, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and then some of the big four accounting firms as well. Same for accounting. There's a lot of overlap within those two. For our finance division, again, we do a lot of competing work with the big four firms. And then health, we are typically looking at United Healthcare, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, some of the larger insurance companies. As you can see here, I won't list the rest. I know there's quite a lot of competitors on this slide, and a lot of them do overlap. But a lot of the big names in the finance, health, insurance space, we are working kind of in competition with them. And I think SS&C has done a really good job of maintaining our spot in the market. So our strategy is simple. I think for SS&C, one of our biggest focus is the clients and customers. So the way that we maintain our position in the market, we want to identify our clients' needs and deliver solutions that support those needs. We are always looking for ways to leverage technology for these solutions and risk mitigation. We are able to deliver real-time data and insights to our customers. And we are also providing excellent customer service in the meantime. So being able to really understand what our clients need and being able to meet those needs is really the baseline of what really makes up our strategy at SS&C. Our value proposition. So not only are we a technology company, we have a lot of different services that we provide. We do own and operate all of our technology. We do license it commercially to a lot of different firms and clients. We do have the flexibility to develop different operating models for each customer and client we serve. As I mentioned in the previous slide, we do provide a lot of those data and analytics to these customers and clients to keep them in the loop and have them understanding of our services. Proven ability to execute. I think this really is a big facet of our company and culture as well. We do take accountability in our services, and our clients do include some of the largest financial services and healthcare firms in the world. We work hand in hand with our clients to provide a consultative experience. We do want to make sure our clients can leverage our knowledge from our subject matter experts here at SS&C. And we are very fully independent, so we want to make sure we are always being highly responsive and aligning ourselves with our client needs, as it really drives what we do as a whole. All right, well, I will pass it on to Renee.
Thank you all. So I'm Renee, Renee Smith. That is not my witness protection name, but my name is Renee Smith. I work out of the Denver office, Denver, Colorado, and I actually support several of the same groups. I know Angela French said that she supports fund administration, and I do as well, but they're different types of funds, different types of securities. Overall here, we tend to focus either on acquisitions or the specific product, just so we keep that knowledge on the teams that are supporting our clients. I've been here for 6 or 7 years. I'm not exactly sure. I also support the legal team. I support some of the health and pharmacy team, and I'm that utility player. A lot of this presentation that we've so far to this point, the presentation's really been focused on what we do and who we service and our clients. And now we're kind of shifting into what we do for this slide is related to community, but related to what we do for colleague engagement, what we do for the community and the greater good of ourselves and society, really. So definitely contributing to the community is important. We have a new team now that is structured around, I guess it's called global community engagement, global community involvement, and we're looking at educating our colleagues on different ways to get involved, different ways to contribute, whether it's financially or via time or educational. So we do want to make a positive impact in the greater world. We are very conscientious of our carbon footprint. We all have recycling in the offices, and I guess that's pretty commonplace now with organizations. We do a lot for, I mentioned colleague engagement. We definitely want our colleagues to be happy, because if we're happy and engaged, then our customers are also going to be serviced and happy and engaged, which helps our stock price. So some of the things that we do before I get into this slide, but benefits eligibility starts the first day of the month after you start working, which is great. We have a matching 401k plan. We match 100% for the first 6%, and you're fully vested immediately. We have this employee referral program. I'm clearly not going in order, but you can earn cash for referring people that you feel confident can perform the role. There is no maximum to the number of people that you can refer. So if you refer one person, 2 people, 10 people across the entire organization, you will be compensated in cash for those referrals. So it's a great way to find positions for people that you know and trust, that you think can make a positive impact here. And it's a great way for us to find people that we know are strong characters. That helps us in our recruiting as well. So thank you in advance for all of the colleagues that are supplying candidates. Matching gifts, going back to the community piece, we do encourage involvement. So if you are doing, thank you, Katie, sorry. If you're participating in some kind of an event, for generally they tend to be national associations. There's a place on our intranet that you can select these national organizations. If you're making a contribution financially or if you're committing to time, you can check to make sure if SS&C matches dollar for dollar to those organizations, which again really makes a difference internally to us, but also to the community. So we definitely want to stay positive and involved. Next slide, please. Obviously, I don't know obvious, but diversity of experiences in backgrounds, in people, in communication style, that's all very critical to being successful in an organization. And so we absolutely strive for diversity in our hires, in our community, in our conversations. We have multiple people on the call today that are getting involved in different organizations and presentations. So definitely diversity of thought process and backgrounds is important. Next slide. Thank you. Going back to the benefits, we have paid flexible time off, and this is a term that is used more and more as we see times changing. I don't remember who mentioned our holidays. We have 11 paid holidays plus 5 sick days, and then we have unlimited time off. And I always get the question, what does that mean? I certainly would not recommend taking a week, a month off, but if you're able to complete your work, you obviously have to make sure that your manager has approved that time and that there's coverage for your work. But we want to make sure that people are taking time away from work to be refreshed, whatever that means. So obviously it has to be within reason, but we do encourage people to take time away from work, disconnect, and refresh their batteries. We also, again, another benefit internally, we have tuition reimbursement. We compensate colleagues 70%, not including books, but 70% of their tuition is reimbursed. This has to be, you have to be enrolled, you have to enroll in the class after starting. So if you are currently going for your undergrad or graduate degree or MBA, whatever, you'd have to, we would not pay retroactively. You'd have to enroll in the class after starting. We also pay for professional development. So if there's a class that you want to take that's going to help you be better in your job. I know a lot of us have taken Excel courses, management courses. We offer several courses in our what we call SS&C University, which is on-site and free. But if there is a professional development class or organization or certification that you would like to be involved in, we actually pay for 50% of that as well. So again, our goal is to make happy colleagues that are engaged and want to contribute, and of course continue to improve and be able to contribute to our organization and to the community, which in turn helps make our customers happy. Now I will turn it back over to Katie.
Thank you very much, Renee. So in kind of wrapping this up, we are leading the way. We're always looking for very bright people, people that embody that spirit to improve their lives, but everyone around them. Doesn't matter if it's entry level, college students, interns, seasoned professionals. We're always looking for individuals that are embodying that spirit. We wanted to thank you for spending some time with us today. Feel free to take a look at our website, what our stock price is, anything you want to look into more deeply. We are a publicly traded company. We have information on the internet readily available. So we're always looking, with a company this size, you're always going to have attrition. You're always going to have somebody retiring. And to Renee's point, I was actually online taking a class this morning. We have monthly training that we do within our own group, but about chat GPT prompting. So the tricks and tips and tricks on how to communicate best with chat GPT and what GPT stands for and all that kind of stuff. So I know that there are some questions, so I'll start fielding the questions. And I know that there were a couple questions about fully remote roles, and I believe Angela, you answered that question, that remote roles are really the exception to the rule. We do prefer that we have employees located in proximity to one of the 40 offices, and as in most of our employee base reports to the office a minimum of 6 times a month. So we're hybrid. We still have a lot of flexibility, and I think that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and if I could add, some of the more technical roles may lend out a little bit more to the remote option, just because there are sometimes challenges with finding the right talent in that specific location. So some of our more technical roles may lend more to being having the remote option.
Okay. Another question that has come up how is role department transition in the company? For example, if you work for a year or two and a position you are interested in is created, or you decide that another department would be more engaging for you, how easy is it to transfer? And in my opinion, it depends on the role. Yeah, go ahead.
That's exactly right. I was going to say, do you want me to answer?
Yes.
So it's very easy to apply. Our guidelines are that we'd like you to be in your current role for at least a year. You notify your current manager of your interest in applying for the new role, which is a great opportunity because it could be that your current manager isn't aware of your goals and may be able to promote you or transfer you or put you in some kind of a mentoring program as well. So it's always good to talk to your managers, but our guidelines are be in the role for a year, notify your manager, and be in good standing. And then we have an internal website where candidates, colleagues can apply. We always give preferential treatment from a recruiting perspective. We would prefer to hire someone internally that knows our systems and our processes and the clients and the terminology. The learning curve is so much shorter. So if we can hire somebody internally, we would love to do that. We don't, for a company our size, we do not have a linear career path for every role. Some roles do, but some do not. So again, it's a great opportunity for the individual to keep an eye on our internal website or intranet to talk to either their current leadership or maybe a partnering leadership where they'd like to get involved in some kind of a mentoring program and learn more about that specific role or job or business unit. So we absolutely encourage it. And related to how easy it is, I mean, we have to, of course, make sure that we just have to make sure that we're meeting those criterias and that we're fully aligned.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that also answers the other question that out there: how is the company's professional development, career development handled internally? Is it encouraged to continue to the next level ahead? And yes, absolutely it is. Or, as Renee mentioned, it could be in a non-linear fashion. For example, if you are working in a role for a year and then you find that you are interested in a similar kind of role, but in another group, which is handling a different kind of product, it's also, it may not be considered a promotion. It would be a lateral, but it would certainly allow someone to learn a lot more and to expand their breadth of knowledge about SS&C from an insider perspective. Let's see, for the education assistance, is it only applicable to certain schools or certifications, or can it be utilized for any school or degree field? I'll go ahead and take that one. Certain schools, I would say, I'm not sure if it's limited to public schools versus, say, private institutions. I I would have to check on that. That I don't know for certain, but it can be used for any degree that is applicable within the organization. For example, if someone wanted to get in human resources, wanted to get an accounting degree, yes, absolutely. If someone in human resources wanted to get a degree in criminal justice, probably not. So it really depends on whether it's applicable, and that's common sense, whether it's applicable within the organization. And I have one more question that's specific to internships. The careers page, and didn't see any software engineering internships. You're absolutely right. Those generally, although I would like them to, since this is my area, I would like them to be identified in October, November. Often they are not identified until January, February, sometimes even March. So yeah, we just don't have them out there just yet. We are beginning conversations with certain groups, especially those who had interns in their groups last year, but we don't have them identified just yet. There was another, let's see, recent alumni WGU. I'm eager to make the most of this. From your perspective, what quality, skills, or approaches can help a job applicant from a WGU student or a graduate stand out from the general applicant pool? So I'll let somebody else talk for a minute.
So I think in that space there are a lot of factors to consider. The current market is a little bit flooded right now, so I do agree with trying to gain an understanding of what qualities or skills or approaches could help someone stand out. So in that light, I would encourage everyone to be very intentional about your resume and your approach to what you apply to, and ensure that it aligns with your background, but also be very intentional about your resume. Ensure that it reflects your background and your skills. So there are things that are clearly written on your resume, aligning with those skills and what you've done in prior roles or prior projects. Anything in that space, but be very intentional about the roles that you apply for, that it does align with your background and your actual work experience. um, and then also, I think tailoring your resume again with your actual experience in that particular role helps and goes a long way. And then moving into the interview process, just being able to answer questions, completely as they're asked, but also taking that very serious, just doing research on the company, maybe going down a little bit further with the clients that we support, and some of our products, and all of that information is on our website. So I think in general, just being very intentional about your job search process, from resumes to interviews and so on.
All right, thanks, Angela. The next question: does SS&C attend any in-person job fairs? Would locations be on the company website? So yes and no. We are very, we have, of course, post-pandemic company or career fairs, job fairs have really declined. We and it really depends on the need. I know from a college recruiting perspective, we have, but I haven't in about a year now. Not because I don't want to, but because I actually enjoy them, but mainly because we haven't had a need close to to my geographic location. I think, Angela Lamar, you may have gone to one in Jacksonville. I don't remember when that
Yeah,
was.
there are occasions where we may go to a local fair, but we've dramatically reduced the amount of fairs that uh, we've gone to historically in the past. But we still have a presence on campus, but it's not anything that would be on our career site. It would just be more of registering, and we're um we're included in the promotional materials.
Okay. And are there any specific filter or keywords that can be used for open and recent graduate positions on the SS&C careers page?
Um, I think if you go to, let's see, that I think there's a way that you can filter that more on viewing the roles on LinkedIn. So there's a filter for entry level, um, that you can filter the website. Um, there's let's see. Yeah, there isn't a way on our website. The filters would be more full-time, um, contract, or uh, agency. So not necessarily on our career site, but there is a way on LinkedIn to filter that by more entry level.
Great. The next one, I don't actually have an answer to. Somebody else may. You have no opportunities appropriate to an individual's experience right now. So they sent their resume in for the introduce yourself link. Does that actually get reviewed? Do people get contacted from those? I'm not in a position, based on the recruiting that I do, that's relevant, but or applicable, I should say. But what about Angela
We do have our applicant tracking system we do use for sourcing efforts, so we are able to access any resumes that are submitted against open roles, as well as in the introduce yourself area as well. So we have access to a complete database of all resumes that are submitted.
Right.
Renee, Angela, I don't know if you have anything to add there.
I was just going to say pretty much the same thing, that we run searches internal. We would have access if you submit your resume, we can run keyword searches on resumes and on our database to find people specifically. So it certainly can't hurt. It's just much it's more efficient if you actually apply for a specific role, and then that specific recruiter can review your information.
Right.
And contact you if it's a fit. But again, it does not hurt at all.
I mean, even if it's a role that's closely aligned with your background, it may be worth submitting an application. There are times where we will review a resume, and we know of another team that it may be a better fit for that team, and we'll pass that resume on.
Okay.
We do that a lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I send a lot of resumes.
Yeah.
And when we have an intern who's interested in returning full time, I pass those along to the team as well. All right, another question or comment. I have gone ahead and visited your Workday to check for employment and product software development category. It seems from a cursory glance, around 80% of your open positions in the United States are for staff, senior lead, or management. Most of your entry-level positions, are you direct hiring from an internship pool? I'm curious about the lack of lower mid-level openings, at least in the United States.
I can take that.
Okay.
On the technical end, we do have um, roles that are more entry level, junior to mid level in our product and software space. It may not be posted right now, but I know I've seen roles over the past couple of weeks that are in process that may not have been posted yet. So I would just set up an alert or just keep an eye out on our career site for those. But we do hire for entry to mid-level as well in the product and software space.
And I would venture to guess that those are a little easier to fill and they don't stay open as long as the staff or sorry, at least the senior lead or management roles
Right.
do. So that could also lead to a little bit of an overweight on those more experienced levels.
Yeah, and a good point on also why I would set up an alert just to be notified right away when those roles are posted.
Yeah. Right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. I don't see any other questions in the chat. Apologize for the front end glitchiness, but what there are any other questions about it, we can be reachable. RJ knows how to get a hold of us. Find us on LinkedIn. Research our company, wherever you need to do it. I thank you for your time today. We all do. And I'll let RJ close it up.
Awesome, thank you, and yes, thank you to the SS&C team for jumping in, sharing some fantastic insights as far as opportunities. That usually always happens when we do have a flawless dry run. That it usually leads to a blip along the way. So I certainly apologize for that on our end. I did just post into the chat the survey. Like I said at the beginning, we're constantly looking for feedback. So if you could take the time to fill that out, we certainly would appreciate it. And like I said, this session is being recorded. That will be sent out either today or tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that recording, that you can access that, and that there's certainly, this isn't the only Career Quest session that we are running. So feel free, take a look at some of those other sessions, great opportunities just like this, where you're able to see some of those opportunities and ask some of these great questions directly directly to those that are going through and recruiting for those open opportunities. And then what I'll do, the SS&C team, any closing remarks that you all wanted to end on? I want to give you all the floor to be able to do that and then close us out.
Sorry, mine would be sports related. No, I'm joking.
Mhm.
So I just think that it's great that you attend these things and learn, learn more about different companies. SS&C is not one of those companies that come to mind. You've all heard of Deloitte. You've all heard of Oracle. You've all heard of a lot of these companies, but SS&C, you're like, who are they? We are a third party. We're completely behind the scenes, 100%. We kind of like it that way. But yeah, it's thank you for joining and learning about a company that you probably you've never heard of before. We have a lot of information on other people, but people don't have a lot of information on us. So thank you, and thank you for RJ for putting this together. Angela, Renee, any final thoughts?
Yeah, thanks, RJ, and everyone for joining. I would just encourage everyone to try to stay positive. The job search process, we know is not an easy one, and especially in the current market. But try to stay positive and just continue to work the process and be very intentional about the job search. Thank you. Hey, Angela, anything?
Thank you all for your time.
Yeah, thank you all for joining. It's been
Oh,
great
thanks.
presenting to you all. And as Katie and Angela said, we always appreciate your interest.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. And we hope that you have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. And like I said, keep an eye out for those other Career Quest sessions. Great opportunities there. But thank you again to the SS&C team. We certainly appreciate your time jumping in and sharing your insights. And what we'll do from here, we will wrap up. Everyone have a great rest of the day. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.